BEON Business Network on the energy sector in Nigeria as it relates to the Nigerian economy. With me here is a distinguished man of honor, the president of AWPS Renewable Energy Limited, in person of Mr. Christopher Onwuasoanya. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, Kassandra.
Did I pronounce your name?
You pronounced it perfectly. You're now an honorary member of the household.
Thank you very much for that, sir. Sir, I would like you to briefly give us a background of AWPS Renewable Energy Limited.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kassandra. AWPS is a company that's engaged in renewable energy, mostly solar. We see it as the future of Nigeria, and we want Nigerians to embrace this as a solution to the power challenges we face. So that's what we do. We provide power to people, an alternative clean source of energy to people. That's what the company does.
Thank you very much for that, sir. So what is the vision and mission of AWPS Renewable Energy Limited, and what has been your achievement so far?
So our goal is to be synonymous with the renewable energy industry. When people think AWPS, when people think solar, or when people think renewable energy, we want them to think about us. And as far as mission, we want to be number one when it comes to customer service and delivery. What are our achievements so far? We've done 50 installations in Nigeria, one in Accra, Ghana, and our biggest school to date was when we signed up GLAT. GLAT is the largest provider of internet backup service to banks and multinational corporations in Nigeria. They picked us as their power solution partner when they provided power to the Nigerian Communications Commission. So that's our biggest accomplishment to date.
Thank you very much for that great response, sir. So tell us more about your products and services and what is unique about them.
Okay. We offer custom designed solutions. In Nigeria, everyone tells you to buy a one-size-fits-all. So they tell you buy 2 kVA, 3 kVA, 4 kVA, and honestly, that is a totally meaningless statement. We've tried to a degree to copy what the market does because that's what the market demands. But what we do is we provide a solution that's custom tailored to you. So you have a way, your body fits your clothing differently from how it fits the next person, and your energy use is different from how the next person's energy use is. So we do custom design solution using European products from Schneider Electric and SNE.
All right, thank you very much for that great response. Please, sir, can you tell us briefly about solar energy as an alternative source of energy?
So solar has been around for quite a while. The first solar panel installation was done in 1955, 1957 by Bell Labs, and they call them solar batteries. They use them to power remote switches. This is in the United States, of course. First commercial application of solar was the space program. Soyuz and the American satellites were powered by solar. The first large-scale installation of solar was done 1979, 1980 by President Jimmy Carter. So solar has been around for a very, very long time. Nigeria, for whatever reason, we are stuck in the mentality of doing what someone has done before us instead of finding new solutions or new alternatives. So we believe that not only is the technology tested and proven, it is a solution for Nigeria. Did I answer that question?
Yes, you did. Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much for that great response. So what is the level of capital, what level of capital have you invested in this business?
In dollars or naira? My entire retirement fund has gone into the business.
Wow.
Yes, wow. And part of my wife's retirement funds, part of my sister's retirement funds. Wow. So we've had the family commit very serious funds into the business. We're close to $500,000 of our personal money in the business.
I'm sure you must have achieved a lot with that, sir.
We didn't initially strive to drive for profit. We were finally beginning to hire salespeople. We spent more time on product development and testing to make sure that the delivery we give to our customer, not only is it consistent, but superior to what they're used to seeing in the market. So right now we're not a profitable company, but we're very well known, and we deliver services that is unmatched by anyone else.
So for the benefit of viewers watching us at home, I'd like to know what percentage of people at your company install solar energy for both in their businesses and homes.
So right now we don't have, we only have 2 business customers, and remaining 58 are individual clients. We never really focused on the business customer. We had a customer in Port Harcourt, cab consultants, who we used as our guinea pig. And we spent a lot more money getting the project to work than the customer actually spent spent with us. And the reason was we wanted to test it out to make sure that it would work for customers. Port Harcourt and Lagos are 2 of the most difficult markets to design solutions for. You have ridiculous weather here. You can go through 2 days or 3 days with no sunshine. And for me to charge my batteries, I need sunshine. So we have more individual customers than we have business customers. However, we're beginning to pivot and shift to going after large-scale customers like estates.
Thank you very much for that great response. So what effort has your company made to reach out to governments with this alternative energy initiative?
We've done a very poor job when it comes to communicating with governments. We've had people come to us to give them either questions or policy suggestions that when they meet with government officials, they can throw it out at them. But myself personally, or a member of the team, we've not spoken to any government officials.
No. Why is that? Why is it not?
Nigeria has a very, very unique challenge when it comes to government. We don't believe that governments in Nigeria are honest. They know what the problems are. However, I'm not sure they recognize what the solutions to those problems should be.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I would like you to throw more light on that. What are the challenges facing your operations, and how can government create an enabling, friendly environment?
So the biggest challenge we face is financing. We would love the government to get the banks involved and allow the banks capital to finance our customers. Right now, the rate for a year is 36%. That is ridiculous. Okay, so 36% is almost, is more than 1/3 the cost. We're already very expensive. So you're going to make a purchase from me, 2 million naira, and you're going to pay 600,000 naira in interest. That makes no sense. Okay, so what the government could do is provide incentives not only to financial institutions, but also provide incentives to the people who are looking to buy. What are we doing? One, our customers are reducing consumption of fuel. Secondly, they are reducing greenhouse gases. Thirdly, no noise. Fourth, they're making a very huge capital investment that not only benefits the country, because now they remove demand from a grid that does not have enough supply in the first place. So we believe that if the government chooses, they could, instead of using the money, instead of subsidizing petrol costs, they should subsidize solar. That's my take.
Thank you very much for that great response.
You're welcome.
So how affordable is this solar panel considering the present economic crunch in this country, our country, Nigeria?
Okay, so it's a very nice question. I've been having some interesting conversations with people of late. And one of the conversations we have is Nigeria really as poor as people make Nigeria out to be? People who have money still have money. Wealth is concentrated in a very limited hands in Nigeria. And the people we target can afford our solutions. The challenge becomes, what can we do for the common man? And that's where the government comes in.
Yes.
The government can do what we call shared solar solutions. And the government will finance, and then what they will do is they'll make the common man make monthly installment payments or make usage payments. However, it's not for the common man, it's not for the average man. The prices are way beyond what the average person can afford.
So you mean it's not affordable for the normal masses?
It's not a mass market product. At least our offerings are not mass market products.
Okay, so how far have you gone about using this initiative and creating jobs?
So this year alone, we've had about 7 people. Okay, I do something a little different from what Nigerians do. I train my people. I trust my people. I give them all the tools that they need to do the job. And the reason I do that is when they represent the company, I want them to put their best foot forward. I'm not afraid that they will take the skills and knowledge I've taught them and go somewhere else. If they do, that's fine. But when they're representing our company and when they're in front of people, they are providing them with the best service and the best installation. So that's one thing we've done. We are looking to roll this out potentially. We have a partnership with a German company, and they want us to establish a training facility. If we establish that training facility and we have more people get involved in the solar industry, I believe you're going to see a boom in jobs. In the US right now, solar creates more jobs than coal does, and we can see the same in Nigeria.
Thank you very much for that great response. So what is your level of engagement in this solar business?
My level of engagement, could you clarify a little bit?
So in terms of you creating more jobs for the for the youth, to be precise, I'm talking about how have you engaged other
Okay, so let me see if I understand what you're trying to say. So right now, in February, Schneider Electric, who is a 26 billion euro company with 160,000 employees worldwide, had invited the top solar companies in Nigeria to a meeting in February, and I was honored to be one of the people that was invited. And we had discussion amongst us. And one of the discussions we had was, how do we set standards where we know we can offer uniform, we can set up something where the offering to all the customers are uniform. There's a minimum, there's a floor as to what should be expected, and then if you do better than that floor, you're fine. So for me, I feel that that's critical. What does that allow us to do? It allows us to get rid of the guys who have no business being in the industry. It also allows us to raise our game. Something else we do also is we consider ourselves a knowledge base and a repository of knowledge. I do YouTube videos that teach people how to properly install solar. I do YouTube videos that tell people what to look out for when they get solar. The pluses, the minuses, the benefits to having solar. Thank you. We also have, we also contribute on Nairaland. There's a discussion forum on Nairaland where people will come in, they have questions about solar, we give them answers. And periodically, we'll even go and visit them for free and help them diagnose and solve problems that they have.
Thank you very much for taking that words from me. All right.
You're welcome.
So how do you plan to penetrate the Nigerian market and make this solar panel affordable and accessible?
So affordability is not going to happen. And the reason why affordability isn't going to happen is because the way Nigeria is set up is the most expensive part of your solar installation are batteries. Your panels and your batteries. Your batteries cost a fortune. If done right, your batteries can be about 40% of your cost. So the only way we could bring the cost down is by bringing electricity production up.
Okay.
And when we're able to bring electricity production up, we can do what we call grid-tied systems.
So what's the lifespan of this battery? Can you expatiate on that?
So the batteries we use?
Yes, sir.
We use flooded batteries, manufactured either by Trojan or US batteries.
Okay.
The smallest one, which is T105, which I showed you earlier today, that is good for about 5 years, 7 years if you push it. The L16, which is the next one up, is good for about 8 to 9 years. And then the IND17, which we've installed for our more affluent customers, are good for 10 to 15 years.
10 to 15 years. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. So thank you for that great response one more time. And I'd like to ask you this wonderful question, which we're about to round up the interview.
Sure.
It says lack of integrity and contract dishonor is a common feature in Nigerian business environment. Tell us the situation. Tell us about the situation. Tell us the situation at AWPS Renewable Energy Limited.
So let me answer that question in 2 ways. By the way, all the questions you've asked have been great questions, so just let you know. For us, we believe that our integrity and reputation is more important than anything else. Like I explained to you, we've spent so much time trying to refine the product and not spent enough time in the marketing aspect. The reason we were able to meet was because we had a new social media director, and his job is to start putting out the message, and then we had a salesperson. In terms of integrity, I'll give you an example of something today. We did an installation in IBA4. IBA4 is in Ogun State, and there is no grid. As part of the installation process, they have to take pictures. As they take pictures, they send to me, and I approve, and they go to the next phase. Sometimes they don't bother taking pictures. So they took pictures, and they showed me pictures. I was there at the beginning of the installation, and the way they installed the panels, it's fine to everybody else, but it wasn't fine to me because the roof was uneven, so you could see a little undulation on the panels. And the way it aligned on the rail wasn't quite even. To you, the customer, it performs fine, but to me, that didn't meet the test we set. So I made them redo it. The second part was they finished making the connections and they connected cables. We have a red cable, which is a positive cable, and we have a black cable, which is a negative cable. When you do DC systems, they have to be the same length. So they showed me the cables. The red cable was very long, the black cable was very short. Now, the customer would not see it. As far as it's concerned, he went home last night, everything worked fine. This morning, he even sent us a message. Last night is the first time I've not run a generator. I'm enjoying solar. Oh my God, da 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 da. However, a year from now or 2 years from now, you'll see the effect of that. So what did I do? I sent my team leader to go and buy cable, the black cable, to match the same length as that. He took 2 other members of the crew. I paid for transportation, and they went, and the sole purpose why they went was to change that cable. Something else I also noticed is they put a breaker, and the breaker was just hanging loose. It does the job, but it wasn't appealing to me. The customers already paid, the customers already signed up. I sent them back. They bought an enclosure, and they put a breaker in the enclosure. They are little things. Those little things mean big things to our customers, and they mean big things to us as well. So those are the little things that we do that make us different, and I think those are the little things that our customers come to appreciate. And those are the things that I think make us different, and that's why we're able to build trust with our customers.
Fantastic.
Did I answer it?
Yes, you did.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes, I did. Thank you very much for that great response. So we're about to come to the end of the interview. But, aside from being the president of the AWPS Renewable Energy Limited, can you briefly tell us about yourself?
So the parent company is Atlantic Waste and Power Incorporated in New Jersey, and Atlantic Waste and Power is AWPS actually. In Nigeria, they won't let us do Atlantic Waste and Power, so AWPS Renewable Energy. My name is Christopher Onwuasoanya. I was born in the UK 52 years ago. Came back to Nigeria during the Civil War, and I left Nigeria again in 1980. I've lived in the US since 1982. I'm married for 28 years to Suzette. I have 3 wonderful sons. My youngest is 17, and he goes to college next year. I came back 1 year in 2013, and I couldn't sleep. The noise from the generators. And I go to myself, how can I solve this problem? How can I fix the problem of power in Nigeria? And Nigeria, there's something I'm blessed with, is an abundance of sun. And that's how we got into the business, and that's a little bit about me.
Oh, that's a very nice one. Thank you very much for that response. So I would like to know, how do you unwind when you're not working at AWPS Renewable Energy Limited?
When you're an entrepreneur, you never unwind. You're always looking for something to give you an edge, to stay ahead of the competition.
So what do you do for your leisure?
I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day, and I'm going through to find something that I could do to improve their lives, improve my life, and make the business better.
So you don't do what you don't
right now, unfortunately, the only leisure I get is when I go back home. So I come to Nigeria, I stay 2 or 3 months, and then I go back home for 3 weeks to 6 weeks, back to the US, and then I get to spend time with my youngest child. I drive him to school, even though he'll be getting his driver's license when I get back, but I get to spend time with him. So my only way I unwind is spending some quality time with my family. But right now, every resource and time I have is devoted to building the business.
That's a great one.
Thank you.
So what you want to be remembered for as your legacy?
I made a difference.
That's very short.
I made a difference, yes. Right. I want it written on my tombstone. There lies Christopher, and he made a difference.
That's a very good one, sir. So what's your priceless possession?
My price,
I don't depart with no amount of money.
My family.
Your family.
I don't have any. There is nothing that's material that's not replaceable. But my family I can never replace.
Thank you very much, sir. We've come to the end of the interview.
Thank
It
you.
was nice having you.
Pleasure was mine, Cassandra. Sorry for the heat.